Today, we will be reading a summary of the story Beowulf. King Hrothgar of Denmark, a descendant of the great king Shield Sefn, enjoys a prosperous and successful reign. He builds a great mead hall called Harrowt, where he and his warriors gather to drink, receive gifts from their lord, and listen to stories sung by the scopes and bards. But the jubilant noise from Harrowt angers Grendel, a horrible demon who lives in the swamplands of Hrothgar's kingdom. Grendel terrorizes the Danes every night, killing them and defeating their efforts to fight back. The Danes suffer many years of fear, danger, and death at the hands of Grendel. Eventually, however, a young warrior named Beowulf hears of Hrothgar's plight. Inspired by the challenge, Beowulf sails to Denmark with a small company of men determined to defeat Grendel. Hrothgar, who had once done a few great favors for Beowulf's father, accepted Beowulf's offer to fight Grendel and hold a feast in the hero's honor. During the feast, an envious Dane named Unferth taunts Beowulf and accuses him of being unworthy of his reputation. Beowulf responds with a boastful description in some of his past accomplishments. His confidence cheers the Danish warriors, and the feast lasts merrily into the night. At last, however, Grendel arrives. Beowulf fights him unarmed, proving him stronger than the demon, who is terrified. As Grendel struggles to escape, Beowulf tears the monster's arm off, mortally wounded. Grendel slinks back into the swamp to die. The severed arm is hung high at the mead hall as a trophy of the victory. Overjoyed, Hrothgar showers Beowulf with gifts and treasures at his feast in his honor. Songs are sung in praise of Beowulf, and the celebration lasts late into the night. But another great threat is approaching. Grendel's mother, a swamp hag who lives in the desolate lake, comes to Harrowt seeking revenge for her son's death. She murders Ashir, who is one of Hrothgar's most trusted advisors, before slinking away. To avenge his death, the company travels to the murky swamp, where Beowulf dives into the water and fights Grendel's mother in her underwater lair. He kills her with a sword forged for a giant, then, finding Grendel's corpse, decapitates it and brings the head as a prize to Hrothgar. The Danish countryside is now purged of his treacherous monsters. The Danes are again overjoyed, and Beowulf's fame spreads across the kingdom. Beowulf departs after a sorrowful goodbye with Hrothgar, who has treated him like a son. In return to Geatland, he and his men are reunited with their king and queen, Hygelac and Hyde, to whom Beowulf recounts his adventures in Denmark. Beowulf then hands over his treasures to Hygelac, who in return rewards him.